So I have not chosen any champions. None of my roster has any champions. And that is because I am going to basically let them decide. So what we're going to do is we're going to book a show. So the opening is going to be. So I'll just do this randomly. So it's going to be for the world title. So play that out. And what we'll do is stamina now. So we're going to put, because I've got more guys, we're going to do like a triple threat. So we're going to do Axiom, Carrion, and let's see. We're going to go them in there for the world title. We're going to do a fatal four-way. We're going to put Jay in. We're going to put Alistair. We're going to put Kit. And Joe or Mark. We're going to put Joe in. It's going to be for the men's intercontinental. That's going to go Nikki versus Isla for the women's, and Nikki versus Albert for the continental. I don't particularly know. I think I've shot myself in the foot this one, but anyway. I actually think what I'll do is swap these two round, just so that we've got the men's opening, women's closing, with the intercontinentals for those two. So you see, you have the journal, which there's nothing in it at the moment, but this is where superstars will come to you and be like, I lost my strap, I want a rematch, or this person did this, so I want to have a fight with them, or I've not been seen, I've not been on the main roster, so let me do that. Basically, it's just like a stuff, or I'm not feeling 100%, I need 2 weeks off. So that's what you can do. And you also have commissioner goals. So this is when Triple H basically goes, this is what I want in this show, make it happen. So you can see is have at least one TLC match this week. So it's just like, okay. So each superstar has like a specifics that they can do. So like tables or tables. None of there. So what I think I will do is have a TLC match to open both. Mainly just because I think it will help. I think it'll be fun. Do a tables match for them. And just to keep as is, I'll keep a normal one in there. Then you have promos. Now, what I like to do prior to all this is you go down to the challenges, season challenges. So, book 10 tag teams, superstars are happy, promote 3 superstars to a new rank, that's by getting up their levels, using power cards, shows with interference, hire superstars, scouting talents, book 5 shows with 12 or more superstars. Well, at the moment, 7, 9, 10, 11. Which is easily fixable, because all we do is turn that into another one, and probably we'll put Joe in for the title. So there you go. So it's 8, 10, 12. So that'll give us a step towards booking the show with 12. Fulfill 5 promises and complete goals. These two are pretty easy. You just listen to your superstars, listen to your commissioner, and you can get those done quite easily. Hiring is go to talent, and you can scout people out. Now, you get 5 scouting per week, and it costs a certain amount. So I go female, and then I change the rank up to like legend or immortals. It's going to cost me 50k to do. Which I'm not going to do. But that's what that is. And then obviously you have your power cards. Now, it's going to cost me a bit. However, this I think will be a really good opening. And then you can use these cards. So, because I've got 2 TLC matches this time as my openers, this is going to be really good. This is going to make one of them, like, brilliant. This also helps towards these. So use 10 power cards against brands and shows with interference. Now, interference is when you do this. It's going to be run-ins or GM interference. So you choose like, oh, I'm going to go in again. I'm going to ally with Carrion to make sure he wins. So there isn't any with promos. So I think I will just do Pete with a normal promo. That's not what I meant to do. Pete with a normal promo. Do like a charity one with Giovanni. And I'll do a training promo with Norm. So this gives him a little bit of in-ring experience, even though he's not in. There you go, we've got a fully stacked card. So normally I'd like write down each one, roll with it from there, but I'm not going to write down every one. I can see what's happening. So what I'm going to do is write down opening, mid, main, and see who wins. And we can get on with that. So we have our opening match, which is TLC for the men's. We have a mid card, which is a tables match for the Intercontinental. And we've got another mid card, which is just going to be a normal for the Intercontinental Women's. Then we have another TLC match for the main event for the Women's World Title. Now, we do that. That shows all this down. We have 1,000 fans, and we will be at a $649. $500. Yeah. Now it will then run through so you confirm it. Because we're the opening, we'll be doing ours first. So you can spectate it, you can play the games, so you can actually play as the superstar, or you can just simulate the whole thing. We'll be doing simulation just because it's easier. Okay, so Axiom won. It was an okay match, but it does mean that Axiom is our heavyweight champion. Right? It's down. It's Pete done his promo. He's got an actual popularity. So we've got a table match between these for the Intercontinental. Alistair Black came out. Annoyingly, it was a great match. Now you're probably thinking, well, why is that a bad thing? So what you want is when it comes up with your 4 bars, you want your opening and your main to be the highlights, and you want it to sort of go like that. Moment's going to be like this. So I'm going to go up slightly. However, Alistair is now the new Intercontinental Champion. Giovanni's got his charity one, and he got us an extra 2,500 fans. So good. So let's go Nikki. I don't know why I chose to have both Nickies. Okay, so Nikki is now a women's IC champion. Now I am going to have to put like which in brackets. Because again, it was the whole thing. It's like, oh, is it actually Nikki Cross, or is she going to be Sister Abigail? He's not great, but he got about 8 experience from that. So then we've got Witch Nikki Cross versus Idol, the women's. Which the other one now has. So that's ours. Then you've got this. So Mutiny has chosen Charlotte Flair as their NXT Women's Champion, or NXT Mutiny Women's Champion. So Charlotte's won that for them, and it's okay. So there is a point to watching theirs, because you can kind of then see, what sort of people they're putting up against one another, where they're sitting, what sort of rivalries are coming up, because then you can play on those. So Wade Barrett versus Sheamus. This is just a normal one-on-one match. So good. this is just a normal tag match. So original. It's also good and not good if they are getting like consistent ones across the board. It means that they are going to be having an equalizer. So this is for the men's. I can't remember if this is for the world or just the normal men's. The British Bulldog has returned it, but he's finished it off with an amazing match. Actually, I'm kind of curious. I've not actually seen the ECW stuff. So it's going to be quite interesting to watch, actually. Okay, so Shinsuke's there. It's a good opener. So Luke Gallows, and he's got Luke and Wolfgang. So that might be people that we want to sort of look at, maybe poaching off them. Okay, so good. It's good to have a lower. It's good if they do end up with a lower one. It means they're not getting as much. Now, Sammy's good on the mic anyway. Okay, so they're just going to try and get a rivalry here. Okay. And so that's what I'm saying. I had both DIY in there, and accidentally, didn't know this, Imperium. I know it shouldn't have been a surprise. He's obviously Gunther's Austrian and Ludwig's German, but yeah, somehow I didn't really put those together. So it's an amazing finish, and that's them. So finishing an alright one. And then you've got so NXT 2.0 also gets a North American. I'm guessing if that doesn't have normal NXT in there as well. So the way they've run it is now Tyler Bates is a 2-time champion. This is going to be interesting. Dawkins, Swerve should have enough fatal hallway. Okay. So now we've got, so obviously Braun and Kevin I don't think actually do have a tag together. May have at one point. But you do have now the Judgment Day. Now this is important because if you were to spectate it or play the mode, then you could, it will say. Now there is a point where you can play the matches just to screw over the other GMs, but then there's really no point. It's not entertaining. Okay. And now this is a triple threat for the title. And Piper's won it. Okay. So here, this is what I'm saying about the lineup. But honestly, all 4 brands had an amazing ending to the shows. But this is the line I'm on about. So you're better having higher opener, lower mids, and then a high main. So ours, it went like that, up, down, up. So it's a nice enough, it's called the drama curve. But it's a fair amount. And now I'll do for the next season, the next week, depending on what happens. Because there could be things like, Alba and Isla wanting rematches, any of these guys wanting rematches against them, sort of thing. Most likely in this section, so the mid card, it will be Wilson wanting to go up against Jay and Mark wanting to go up against Alistair, just because that's where the rivalries are coming from. You're going forwards, this is the viewership. So you get your breakdown, so your show qualities, your match qualities, sort of stuff. Annoyingly, we actually lost 10 grand on that. However, it's fine. It's the most important thing is to look at your total fans and your fan changes, but also your show notes. So, tight match between Nikki Cross and Alba Fire. Fire easily won. This means that if we then do another match between Nikki and Alba, then that might bring in more fans. Aleister Black is such a natural at tables. It means that we already know that he's good at tables matches, but people with they don't have rankings already. This is a good idea of going, okay, so this is what I need to put more into. So then you've also got Nikki. So Nikki has her own little bit in there, which is good effort by Alba Fire today. They say you learn from your defeats than from your victories. This means that Alba might have more of a rivalry against her than backwards. Actually improving himself, best of the bunch in that fight. Crowned new champion tonight. That match with Nikki Cross was so good. Isla Dawn unlucky to lose that. So we're at 10:34. They're at 10:34. 880. Okay, so Mutiny is going to be a higher rank than we are. ECW is going to be on the same level. And NXT. So we're going to be fourth. NXT 2.0 is on top. And I don't know about Mutiny and ECW. They may be in there. But I got an injury rebellion from that. Because I completed Commissioner Goal. Now, injury rehab is so good. Yeah, so NXT Mutiny's gone up just because they have more money than ECW. Okay, so this is just going into our second week. So we got some stuff from... yeah, see? I don't know, I'm pointing at the screen you can't see because there's not a cursor. So I can't point. But, yeah, so this will be Alba wanting to have a rematch against Nikki. Caution, now that Cross has stamina... Yeah, it's because they're more likely to get injured if they have a lower than 50 stamina. Which is fine, because I've got a lot of men I can just swap in and out. The women's going to be very difficult. I will literally just have matches where there is no women on the cards. Listen, I need to wipe the smile off Nikki's face after that loss. I want to fight her again in 2 weeks. Now you can either say, forget it, Albert, that's not on the cards. That gives them a morale deduction. Or if you say, okay, gives them an increase in their morale. So ensure that Aleister Black cuts a promo this week. Which is absolutely fine. I can do a self-promo. Boom. That completes the commissioner. Means I know a guy. Promising rematch against Nikki Cross for the next 2 weeks, which we will do. However, I was going to do a normal one for now. We have Nikki and Nikki face Unholy Union for the tag teams because I think it'll be funny. We're just going to do another tag team. I'm thinking either Pretty Deadly versus the Kofis. I think might be interesting. That's for the tag team as well. What I might do to have a little bit of fun is have a run-in of Jey Uso against Kit Wilson, just to sort of build up that sort of rivalry in there. Then my mid cards. Is there anything? See, I don't know whether or not putting them into this will actually do it. So you can also upgrade your advertisement, your basics, and your road gear. Each of these gives you a different thing. Start with you get your concert hall that doesn't actually tell you what you unlock. Wait, it does. Oh wait, maybe these don't. Oh, sorry, yeah, these don't actually give you matches. So higher capacity, so you're more likely to get fans. The ticket prices also go up. So if you say you got 5,000, you'd get 10,000. The road crew, backstage crew unlocks 4 counts anywhere. Last man standing. The gorilla crew, backstage balls and ambulances. Stage crew, no hold bars. And then you don't get any more matches from these. You just get better cost comparison. Same with your basic effects, so your fogs, steel and gauntlets, pyros, hell and gauntlet eliminator, casket matches, which is brilliant if a superstar is pissing you off. Casket, you basically you go into the casket, you leave the brand, and then again it goes up. A similar thing with the advertisement. There's Submission and Tornado, Iron Man and Underground, Special Ref, and then just the extra once you get to the higher tiers. Now, sounds weird, but I want this. I want fog effects. Because in fact, I love me a gauntlet match. gauntlets are fantastic. So I could get that and make sure that the Unholy Union win the match. Or, actually, I might still buy the fixed match. I won't use it. I think in here, I might get both the champions to cut promos, just as champions. I do want to keep carrying out, so you can rest. Pete Dunne doesn't really roll well with anyone. Giovanni. I could do that. Just like do normal matches in between. I think I'll do a TLC opener and make Extreme Rules there. So the TLC matches I need to 10 tag matches, so I'm getting at least 2 there. Who's on top just now? Is it? I think it's NXT 2.0 that's on top right now, isn't it? So do that. And then I'm going to use the Cactus Jack, but I'm going to use it next week, like 2 weeks prior to Hell in a Cell, just so that I can make sure that there's some people that are not in the actual match. So a lot of the earlier stuff here will be just me repeating stuff, but then it will get quicker because I won't have to repeat as much stuff. It'll just be I think I'll do this for that. It's going to be the Nickies versus the Unholy Union. Okay, so Unholy Union does actually get it, and luckily it was an amazing match. So the Unholy Union is now the new tag team champs, and then I'll get the same with either Cookies or Pretty Deadly. It basically just means that all my women's have titles. Yeah, no, I expected that. Again, it's expected. Oh, that's not great. I thought that would be a good match. Okay. Trying to build up a rivalry with his extreme tags. Okay. So like, oh my god, they went and bought Holly. So like our lines will be good because we've got this amazing, then it's too dull, and then an alright match. So we've still got this nice little curve on it. And this is a 4-way for a title. This for Luke Gallows. Yeah, he's retained it. Yeah, no, she got Molly Holly. But there's a real name. I'm guessing it's Lyra. Oh no, he has Holly. Okay, it's a rivalry match. Also known as grudge matches. Okay, so this is... I think it's still called Alpha Academy. Then they retained the name Alpha Academy after Chad Gable left. Frank. And then an NXT 2.0, so we've got... And again, opening up with this, an interesting thing. You don't want to continue doing the same matches because they can get stale. It does come up. There's another tag team, but not for the women's tag team this time. The only problem I'm going to say here, I guess it's just a normal match, but Piper has got quite low stamina, so she might get injured. Yeah, Drew and Dexter. Yeah, so this is for, I think this is the NXT champion? Yeah, I think it's for the North American. Oh, yeah. Okay, so now Jay's retained it. Special little boost there. So same with ours, it goes down and it still peaks up. So we've still got a nice enough little boost. We've got a nice sort of rivalry starting up with them. Nothing came from this. It's a little bit of a rivalry here, and then there's a big rivalry between Wilson and Yuto. So Prince and Wilson work really well as a tag team, as we knew. So 10:59. Still bottom. So we're still the bottom. I got that, but things have now swapped. NXT Mutiny is now on top, but a lot of them are lowering on money, which means they can't get as many good matches out. Aha, it does count towards Alba's. Nice. Yeah. Had to be done. Good on the position. Okay, so yeah, it did count as a rematch for Alba, which is good. It's all great. Can't deal with him not actually being here, but okay. So ensure that Norm does actually fight this week. Okay, so where is he? He's not particularly good thing to be involved in. Unless I'm going to do the call fees. So Norm doesn't really have anyone to go against. maybe. This thing, I do want the Black Cross though. That's the only thing. Might actually do the Black Cross instead. Maybe try doing it. Actually, I'm gonna show off one of my favourite. Let's put Elton in there. Giovanni. But Elton again, quite low on energy. I might swap out for Jane. I'll have this as a sort of. So this gauntlet match opening will be for either against. Who are my two champions? Oh, yeah, either against Alistair or Axiom for it. I think I might do is a one-on-one for these two. Do a table match for them. Could run these two against each other again. So pull them together. Do Axiom cutting a promo. I mean, could get Shanique for Neil. Again, I need women, so week 3. Do that on you. And this is war on you. Actually, do I have a... No. Second, do I have anyone to use that on yet? No. Fine. What we're looking at here. I've got another tag match coming in here, so that's 3. Don't know if that's counted in. I don't get any interferences though. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, so that'll be another one. I mean, yeah, I think that will roll with that. So let's see who's going to get a title match. Giovanni. Okay. It was an alright match. Axiom cutting his promo, gets a little bit more promotion on here. Of a grudge match here. Isla's won that. Ooh. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy that it's a great match, however. It was good. Okay, so we got Nikki in that one. Elton cutting his. Losing us nice. Kofi's retain. Nice for 5 weeks. Okay. It's not ideal. I do have the heel one. Well, knock at least 3 weeks off there. The only thing I'm thinking here is... So I've injured 5 people from... I think it's them. But they may actually do this themselves. Okay. Okay, so it's Randy and Ridge. Now it's Solo and AJ. Another Wade and Sheamus. Finn kind of out. And we got another Charlie and Bulldog. Okay, so this is a rivalry rematch. Okay, we've got another rivalry. But this is a rivalry match. This is actually a good idea. And we've got a rivalry for the championship. Okay, so 3-way. Okay, so Becky's low. She's going up against Raquel. Might knock a lot of stamina off her. This should be fine. See, again, this is a rivalry, but they are both very low on stamina. But 7 weeks. We've lost her for the PLE next week. So we started low, raised up, but we ended up on quite a good match. So here's the results. Like poor opening, your mid card outperformed your opener of your show, creating a weak start, confusing pacing for fans. Swapping these 2 matches would have created a stronger start for your show. Would have, you're right, but it didn't, and it would have been nicer. So maybe I should have done that. Not had the gauntlet as an opener, had it as a mid card. 1088. But yeah, Black and Cross are an incredible tag team. You can call me on a bad day. It will be a different story next time. So yeah, we've got a nice 1088, 1119, 1107, 1103. So we're still at the bottom. Yeah, I understand. Because we have a spa, nice. So, ooh, okay, okay. So I think for week 4 we'll have a, I don't know, what you call them, Axiom, maybe Usium. I think we'll go Usium. Yeah, because I think there'll be 3 mid cards in this one. So I think my Usium will be a title mid card. I'm going to have the women's be the openings for this. Yeah, okay, and I can get Gnome in for a match. What I'm going to do Nikki versus Isla for the world. Then Nikki versus Alba for the IC. A tag team of Lucium versus the Kofis for a tag. I'm going to do that as a TLC because I like TLC matches. Norm wants a match against Giovanni. I guess I'll throw these 2 in. I'll have you come in against Mark. My only worry here is I'm just going to do these all as normals just so that, I'm not going to spend a lot of money on them to actually pull them back. So, be back for the PLE. Do that on him. Do that again. However, 2, 4, 8, 10, 12 does mean I get my 12. Ooh. Oh, well, I was going to get that anyway. So I've got that, so I've got 1 point towards my trophies. Get that up to 4. That will go up to 2. That will go up to 4 as well. I think that will then go up to 2. That will go up to 4. So we're getting there eventually. So I can either do last man standing in 4 counts or submissions and a tornado tag. I might actually get a tornado tag, not only does it give me a better show quality and network payouts, but also the submission and tag is pretty good, especially given the fact I'm pretty sure, I can't remember who it is, like, it does well with tag tornadoes, but I think I might stick with a TLC match. So I'm saying I'm starting with a low budget just before Hell in Cell happens. Be a really good way of starting to try and build up these rivalries. Hopefully, neither of these guys get injured. Okay, so Nikki retained, and luckily, none of them got injured. This will get them. Okay, Giovanni. Again, a bit dull, I know. So, what do I call it? JCM. UCM, that was it. UCM. But it was amazing, so it's got like this little peak in the middle. Okay. Alright, great. So Alba has ended up with the IC title, which is good. I know it sounds bad, but it is. Because it kind of means that I now don't have both Nickies as champions. And I might trade one of them out. Again, sounds bad, but it may come to that, to be brutally honest. Ooh, Enrich is injured. And well, they're both injured. It does mean that they don't have 2 big players. Again, keep getting this. But Sheamus is injured. Okay, well, let's got that. Nice. But Charlotte's injured for 6 weeks. Okay. Mm. Okay, So this is a rivalry again. Again, Shizaki is... I'm surprised he didn't get injured, to be honest. Fatal full weight. All of them are pretty good stamina, so this should be an alright one. Yeah, Becky's getting lower on stamina. Yeah, so it's just one side of them each time. I just noticed Pete doesn't have the North American. I don't remember him losing the North American. Oh no, he does still have the North American. He just doesn't have it. Oh, because it's for the men's title, that's why. Did have that as a classic finish. And yes, so your opening main were the highlights of your show as they should be. Focus on raising the quality of your matches for higher show results. I knew that was going to happen, mainly because I had an actual proper match in the middle. The rest of them were just normals. You know, that's an alright run with me. Talking about the Kofi's being a good tag team, I know. Nice 38k on there. So we're at 1141, 110, 23. Yeah. So we're still at the bottom. This is not having a sell. Hitting us with extreme rules. Oh, this could be you. Oh, the other was built for a PLE as well. Fuck it, yeah. I told you Jane I would hit off. Yes, you did. So do not put a Jay in a match this week. And I did that. It's fine. Let's just stick Giovanni in there. Why? Normally I'd do these two. Maybe I'll have you go up against Elton. TLC match. I'll have you call out the other Nikki for the title. This is a women's. I'm going to stick Nikki into that. So this I can spend 50k to get the Hell in a Cell arena, which gives me 5,000 capacity at $2 a ticket price and a 5% show quality minimum. I'm going to do I'm going to do bad publicity on you, which gets 2% of their fan base. I'm going to do bad timing on you. I'm going to do a veto on you. So I've got a tag match. I'm not going to have that. I'm starting to get that. I'm just going to get that to 5. Yeah, we'll stick it with that. Hell in a Cell. So it's Giovanni and Wade versus Nathan and Montez Ford. Hey, so Giovanni actually won that. And we're North Classic. So I actually get the PLE card, which is exhausted. So select an opponent brand, a random superstar on the result will have their stamina reduced to 0 at the start of next week. Which is new bad. Okay, so we're actually opening this up. We've got a TLC match for rivalry. Are you done? It was an okay match. It was weak, but the rivalry has grown up to level 3, which is good. And they're actually opening with a triple threat. Okay, who's maintained that? Shinsuke versus Luke Gales. See, it's a full count anywhere. I think Shinsuke is going to get injured. Yep. It was a legendary match, but he's going to get injured. It's a 5-week injury as well. So unless he's got some cards to put in there. Again. Actually, this won't be fine because it's a normal match. So he might not get as injured. Yeah, so this is the tag team. So it's actually Piper and Nikki versus Gigi and Lara. See if you hadn't chosen Gigi in there. And they're doing like a full Celtic thing. Could have gotten someone else in there. Like Becky or something like that. Yeah. It was an amazing match though. But you know what? So Giovanni has now got a bit lower stamina on. Yes, ECW did get an amazing match. However, at what cost? 12:48, 13:33, 13:16, 12:68. So NXT 2.0 has now dropped down, but on top of that, I do have a lot more money than everyone else. 250, like more than all three brands put together, so I can splash out a bit more on bigger matches. Ooh, so these are proposed trades because I'm opening everything up. I can decide. Is there actually anyone on? There's no one on Mutiny that I really want. What about ECW? See, grabbing Nathan would be great, but he's a champion, so it would cost a lot. See, he's already a tag champion with Jay, though. That's the only thing. So I could offer him, like, Giovanni for Nathan. Again, it's the thing, I need women. So maybe Giovanni for Lara. Or Lyra, sorry. Yes! Okay, cool. You're not gonna give me Piper, even though I'd love to get Piper in there. Like, who would I even trade out? I can't really get rid of the Kofis, because maybe no? With like 30,000 in cash? No. No. About 50,000 in cash then. No. 75? Yes? Okay, cool. I think I'm alright ending it there. Ooh, so you're willing to give me Nathan plus cash for Joe? I mean, again, he hasn't really got any rivalry really to play with. I also noticed that Theo does not have a lot of women either. See, he's no longer the champs, so I could trade out Joe for it. Have Nathan come in and tag with Mark. You're just gonna give me people for money. Wasn't Zelina is clearly injured. You've not got a lot of cash now.